morning to all. So I just want to congratulate the organizers for this beautiful function here, and it's a really apt time that we are just talking about the recycle plastics and other things. So as you see that it is really our responsibility also, the manufacturers, the brand owners, the regulators, that we should have something out in the field that whatever plastics we are using, it should be appropriately recycled and reused. So as in PPRDC also one point was raised that plastic has been depicted as a villain. But it is not a villain, because I'm a student of chemistry and I know plastic has done a lot of things for us. It has saved many trees, it has saved metals, it has given everything for everyone. So if you see that around 50 years back, even Indians doesn't have access to footwears. But plastic has given footwears to almost everyone. Right from the things daily use buckets and other things, the plastic is everywhere. Right from the terrestrial use to the space uses, plastic is everywhere. So we have to just, we can't say that plastic is a villain, but plastic, I think it is a wonderful compound what chemistry has synthesized. And we have to use this wisely, and we have to work on recyclability, and it has to be reused and recycled. So I'll be talking about the approval process. Actually, if you see that a lot of things have gone in between, that we are just going through the recycling process. So if you see that Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, they have made some amendments. Then FSSAI, after that, when recycle PET was introduced, then our FSSAI has also made amendment in the packaging regulation 2018. Then we have issued guidelines also. We prepared guidelines with the wide circulation, and it was deliberations were made, and we contacted most of the brilliant minds in this field, and guidelines were made, and it was kept for public forum also for the comments. And you will be amazed to know that we had a stakeholders conference on 16th April 2025 at Mumbai, and it was attended by more than 3,000 people. So even we have to cut short the people because we have our own limitations. So we could call around 200 people in physical mode only, and rest of the people were online. So you can just see that what is the height of that enthusiasm in this field. So I'll be just taking about my presentation quickly, and I'll be sticking to 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes time I'll be sticking. So can you play the presentation, please? So as you all know that many things have gone, regulations have gone through, and then this CPCB, or sorry, Ministry of Environment and Forest, they have introduced provisions for recyclability and all these things. And FSSAI, in their packaging regulation, we don't have this provision for recycle PET. So that amendment was also made, and I have talked to many people also. People were worried that applicants, with around 12 people have already applied for FSSAI authorization for PET recycling, and their applications are in process, because we were lagging behind because of this insertion of that regulation, in that amendment in the regulation, that the PET has to be approved for as a food contact material. So once it was done, and then guidelines were issued, then we are on the line, and already we are every week we are discussing the applications, and soon we'll be giving all the authorizations as per our regulation and the guidelines. And we urge you that the applicants, whosoever are present here, they should respond to our queries. Whatever this documents are not there in their applications, we are just routinely asking for this lacking documentations, and the lacking documentation, if they are there, then we'll go for the authorization, and we'll be going for pre-inspections also. So our team will be visiting your premises, and they will be seeing all these things, and they will be auditing your documents and other things, and they will just be going through what the process you are making, you are using for the regulation for recycling. So Main thing is that most of the companies, what we have seen, that already they have got the approvals from EFSA and US FDA. So it's a good thing for us. Then it makes our things very easy. So next, please. Can all know that MOEFCC, they have also amended their rules in 2021, and this amendment in the plastic waste management rules. So after that, we have also, the FSSAI has also amended our packaging regulation 2018 accordingly for allowing the plastics for recycling, PET for recycling. So we have come out with the guidelines for allowing the plastic recycling or the PET recycling. So you can just see that some of the technologies which we have approved, so that the super clean recycling process requirement, then melt-in recycling process overview, and paste-in recycling process acceptance, and the chemical recycling process standards, they are already there. And I urge all of you that you should go through whatever the guidelines of FSSAI, which have been gadget notified on 23rd May 2025, so that you can just find out that what you have to do, what you are supposed to do, and how we have given all the procedure, how you have to apply to FSSAI for authorization for PET recycling, and all the relevant informations are there. So before that also, in 2022 also, we have put a special, one order was issued by FSSAI, and after that it was allowed to use the PET regulation, and we have given for PET this recycling, and already these 5 companies, they have already given the authorization previously. I think where it has gone. Yes, yes. Yeah, sure. That's good then. So if you can see that Sri Chakra Polyplast, then Reliance Industry, Ganesha Ecopet, Uflex, and at. Yes, you can just stop in between. You can just stop. Pause button is there. So these already, these 5 industries already, they have given the authorization for using of this recycled pest, and we have come up with one more company has been given the authorization, and we are just going through all the applications. We have around 12 applications in hand at present, and all the applications are being discussed, and we have already asked some of the queries from the applicants, and we are just working on the applications, and I just want to assure you that FSSAI is working, and as early as possible we'll be going through all this, we'll be completing all the procedures, and we'll be providing the authorization by meeting all these criteria which have been laid down in our regulation as well as in our guidelines. So next please. So then the applicant, they have to apply to FSSAI. They can just send a mail to us, and we have given Form 1. Form 1 has been given in the guidelines. All the information which have been sought in the Form 1 has to be supplied, or it has to be given to along with the application, it has to be given. And with that, and a fees of around 2,000 rupees and plus GST has to be submitted on the government portal. So ePay portal for payment is there. So that can be done, and then email can be sent directly to the CEO at fssai.gov.in, or the advisor fssai.gov.in, or SP Packaging. It is our scientific panel. So application can be sent in any of the email. So it will reach to the secretariat, and secretariat will take up the matter and will pursue. And first of all, the procedure is that whenever the application is received from the applicant, we used to scrutinize the application. Our secretariat used to scrutinize, and whatever lacking information is there, we used to just as early as possible, we used to send the email to the applicant and seek all the information, lacking information, and we'll put it before our expert committee. We have an expert committee in force. So expert committee, they used to go through all these applications point by point, and they used to see the technologies and other things, and after that only, and thoroughly going through it, they will recommend either the authorization has to be given or not. And after that, we used to carry out on-site inspection also. Our team will visit the plant, and they will go to the plant, and they will go to all the machines or the technology. They will see the technology and the documentation, whatever documentation the applicant is maintaining. So they will go through everything. It is just one kind of audit, and after auditing this, the final notification has to be done. So our CEO, we have a meeting with our association also. So in that, we agreed that we will be giving a in principle approval authorization to the applicants, because we should not wait for the inspection to occur. So simultaneously we'll be carrying out the inspection, and we'll be giving a conditional authorization to the applicant, so that we should not be lagging behind in the race. Next, please. So this is the form 1. So if you see, this is the information which have to be submitted by the applicant to FSSAI for authorization. So the applicant, or the desirous applicant, they can just go through this form 1 and supply all the information according to the form only. And meanwhile, we are just going to finalize some of the NABL laboratories. We have finalized around 37 laboratories who are carrying out these kind of testings for PET. So we'll just intimate you all also, about that also, that the testing can be done from that on that NABL accredited laboratories, because we have sorted out those laboratories on the basis of their scope. So whenever you are doing your testing, or you are sending your sample to the testing for NABL accreditation laboratory, you should be doubly sure that the test what you are soliciting, it should be there in that scope of that laboratory. Sometimes what NABL laboratory, what they used to take, they will take your sample and they will just test it and give it to you, but the test may not be there in their scope, and they will not put the NABL logo on this test report. So you insist that whatever testing is being done, you should have the NABL logo on the test report. So it is very important, because FSSAI will not entertain any report which is devoid of NABL logo. So all these tests should be carried out by a NABL laboratory which have all the tests in their scopes. Next, please. So then if you see that US FDA, they have their own guidelines. So this US FDA has published their guidelines for food contact material recycling, and they used to FDA evaluates the proposed use of recycled plastic cases or the applicant by case-to-case basis at what we are doing. So if you see that the FDA is involved that industry collect used polymeric material, usually food container, and propose to recycle this material to make new food container. The FDA's primary concern regarding the use of post-consumer recycled plastic in food container include that contaminants and regulation compliance and adjuvants. So we are also more concerned about the contaminants, because whenever you are recycling, in each recycling you have to just see that contaminant should not be there, and you have to test this recycled material for contamination and the migration test. So in our in our guidelines, we have already given that what test has to be carried out for the recycled material. So this migration test and contamination, then heavy metals, so all these things has to be done, because the cycles when you are just doing, so it may lead to some contaminants, or some contaminants to creep in intentionally or unintentionally. So that we have to see, because we have seen that most of the applicant, they are having very high class machinery. So the things may not be of that much gravity. So because most of the plants, their FSSAI and FDA approved lines are already there. So you have to be very sure that contaminants should not creep in, and you should have all the testing reports in hand with you, so that whenever FSSAI inspectors come or the food safety officers comes to your place, so you can just tell them and show them that this is the test report, and already we have done, we are clear with the contaminants and other migration limits. Next, please. So this is the process that recycling process description has to be given, contaminant removal testing, and the proposed condition of the use has to be given. And US FDA has published guidance for industry use of recycled plastic in food packaging chemistry consideration. So all the applicants, they have to abide by the those guidelines by US FDA. Next, please. So this is the EFSA's rule that EFSA scientists, they assess the safety of each process to recycle plastic and use in production of food contact material to ensure that FCM made from recycled plastic do not raise concern to human health according to the intended use and its other specification. All approved recycling process can be found in EU register. So they used to register in EU register. So all these things can be found in EU register. So FSSAI is also more concerned about the safety of the recycled product. And when it is coming in the food contact, it is being used as a food contact material. So then we are even more concerned that the migration limits and the other things, they should not, I think I will sit. So these things that this contaminant should not creep into the food, because if you see that somebody is packing sambar, hot sambar at 100 degrees centigrade or 80 degrees centigrade. So we have to see that something should not creep out from the food contact material. Meanwhile, concern has been raised about the water bottles being kept in the open sun, because the small shopkeepers, they're just keeping the containers in the sun, and then concern has been raised that we have to just see, or we have to find out that there should not be any contamination with the rise of temperature on the food material. So these are the concern of research also. We have to just take up research. Shivam is already with me, and he is just smiling because it's his domain also. So we can just work together and we can just find it out. So this kind of projects can be given, and we can just find out that at what temperature leaching is there, or at what temperature we can just say that this product or the material is quite good and there is no leaching even at higher elevated temperature also. So we have to make product like that. Next, please. Yeah, this I think it will be the last one. Yes, yes, yes. So I think I'm well in time. Yes. So this is all about this approval process, and we are more concerned about the approval process in FSSAI, and the bigger concern is that the application has to be expedited as an early pace. So we are just trying our level best, and I seek the support from the industry. Industry is quite supportive to us, and whenever we are calling, they're coming to the meeting in a VC mode. I think within half an hour or 15 minutes also, because Praveen is here, and I just called Praveen around half an hour before only that CEO want to meet all these applicants. So our CEO has taken application meeting with all the 12 applicants, and just mail was given around 4:15 or 4:30 like that, and CEO called a meeting at 5:30. So we are just happy that industry is with us, and all of the 12 applicants, they joined us, and we are just routinely discussing with the industry that what is going on, and we are appraising. So you just need not to worry that we'll just do the level, whatever we can do at a very fast stage, and authorization will be issued as soon as possible. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation, and I'm very thankful to the organization for giving me as an opportunity to speak before this esteemed audience. Thank you very much. Thank you.